Welcome to the ITM Podcast.
All right, it's episode 355 of the ITM Podcast. Me and Scott were just talking pre-show about how we were going to open this, and sometimes we'll come in with a little bit or a little something that we run with. We're not going to do that. There's nothing to joke around about right now. Shit sucks, and you guys know it. If you're like me, you've been poking around, looking at every Red Sox podcast, every content creator, every media member, and getting their take, getting their insight, or just wanting to commiserate and wanting to hear from people. That's how I've felt immediately. I went to Twitter and looked for who was live just because I wanted to commiserate. I wanted to think about it. I wanted to talk about it, and needed somebody to talk about it with. So I would imagine there are a lot of you who are tuning in who are in a similar boat. Just want to talk these things through and maybe get validated on how you feel, because that's where I was at. I was like, well, we'll get into it. But welcome to the show, Scott. How you doing?
It's been better. Yeah. I mean, I take it that you're not a fan of the move
of firing everyone.
Yeah, firing everybody in April.
All right, let me be positive really quick. This is the most positive way I can spin this, and it's a genuine take. So, a little peek behind the curtain for the people at home. There are times, like there are series where there is big pressing news. Trevor Story gets hurt. What the show is going to be about. Or Devers trade. Crochet has a stinker. Like, what the show is going to be about. But a lot of the time, it's a series against the Orioles in April. And you're like, I have to have something ready. I have to have an angle. I have to have a take. I have to have something ready to go to, like, what's the direction of this show going to be? And during the first game, while they're looking like the old Red Sox, the direction that I wrote down was, how is this front office going to show that these are not acceptable results? What is this team going to do to say that they're not okay with being mediocre, that they don't want to be this? And in my head, I was like, yeah, we can talk about, does somebody get fired? Do they have some kind of just press conference where they just say, this isn't what we expected from the team, whatever? The answer, as Craig Breslow, Sam Kennedy, and John Henry arrived at, was to fire Alex Cora, Pete Fatse, Kyle Hudson, Ramon Vazquez, Jason Varitek, Joe Cronin, and
Dillon Lawson.
Dillon Lawson. Last. It's mean. There's nobody to kick the guy right now. That's awful. Yeah. But so it's Alex Cora and all of his confidants is really what it is. It's Cora and all his guys. Let me tell you. Well, first of all, Scott, how did you find out? Tell me the story. Where were you?
I was at a bar, and just kind of started. See that. For me, I have the fan reaction, of course, but I also, my job is to make sure that content is getting out on, Nesson.com and Sports Illustrated and all these places. And so I went right to the phones, and it was an unfortunate. I've in 3 years, I don't think I've ever had something like this happen before, where huge, massive news happens, and every single person associated with making content on my team was out. And so I had a guy write a little quick story on his phone. I don't even know how he was able to get the image and stuff like that. But yeah, I went right into work mode, which that's kind of one of those things that have actually made days like this a little easier because I have immediate action. Same thing with like the Devers trade. It's like I can't just sit there and sulk. I have things to do and react to and create stories and headlines, which has been good. But yeah, like that now today is, now that wave is over, is probably I'm starting to feel the way most people felt like right away, because that's their only thing to do is just sit and sulk in it. But yeah, I was as shocked as everyone else.
Let me tell you this. There's a first time for quite literally everything, my friend. And Saturday, where is it? I'm looking for these texts. I don't think I'm going to find them. My mom texted me because me and my mom, we're doing like a home renovation together. If we finished, my phone had died. I went home, and as I had left, the Sox had just won 17-1. We had listened to most of the game on the radio. I drove home. I was making dinner. Didn't even plug my phone in. It was one of those like, you know what? I'm just gonna like let it fly kind of deals. Like I'm having a good time. I'm making food, whatever. Kind of unplugged a little bit, and get a text on my laptop because that's how it works when you're unplugged, right? I get a message on my laptop. My mom said, "Wow, Cora was fired." And my mom's on Facebook and stuff, dude. I was like, it's some fucking AI bullshit, some whatever. And I was about to text her, like, you got to stop reading fake news. And I said, haha, where'd you see that? And she said, Boston Herald. I said, what? And I jumped up there, and the passing tweet had come out about 20 minutes prior. My mother broke the story to me, which is absolutely insane. I don't know exactly where to start. I'm beyond scatterbrained here, but I have a really, really, really hard time looking at the Boston Red Sox today versus yesterday and saying they're a better organization than they were yesterday. That's really hard for me to say. What's impossible for me to say is that I like them more today than I liked them yesterday. Cannot say that. That they are more likable, that they any of that, cannot say it. That it sucks. I mean, Alex Cora, for all the people who start up the fire Cora shit, I would say a majority of the fan base has been pro Alex Cora for all 8 years that he's been here. Would you say that that's fair?
Definitely, and I think that's something that typically every fan overreaction. They want it whenever something bad happens. They just say fire the guy that's the guy, and so
yeah,
I think he's been incredibly easy to root for, and the fact that he does have that approval rating speaks volumes because it's kind of a role where you're like supposed to be scapegoated left and right. And boy,
it's
was
also, dude, the people who are taking the victory laps right now being like, oh, like they needed this, they're gonna, dude, I just want to shake those fucking people and be like, you'll fucking see. You'll see.
Yeah.
You'll see what it looks like in a year from now, 2 years from now. Like if it's actually better, dude, absolutely drives me up a fucking wall. And Sam Kennedy today during the press conference, did you catch the presser early this morning out of Baltimore?
Quotes.
It was horrific.
They didn't really say anything.
Yeah, it was still horrific. It was one of those things where, like, I sat down, put it on, and was like, why am I doing this to myself? Like, I'm not going to feel better watching this. I'm going to get more upset. And I did. I walked away more mad. But in it, Sam Kennedy did basically outright say that Craig Breslow was the one who brought this idea up.
Yeah.
To fire the manager. And I think... I think it's self-preservation
100%
on Craig's part. It's Stockholm syndrome. It's aligning with your captors against your other captives. That's what it felt like. I'm saying,
Yeah.
Him going into Sam Kennedy and John Henry's metaphorical office and going like, wow, guys, we've got to figure out what they are doing wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Who of them do we need to fire? And It worked. And it fucking worked. Did you read the Chris Cotillo minute by minute piece?
No.
It's so good. From the man who brought you Heim Bloom crying in an airport comes 3 doofuses walking around a hotel. And I really do love these stories. Whenever there's am I frozen again? That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know whether you wanted me to let you know or not mid-take.
Yeah.
Well, there we go.
So these pieces always rock from Cotillo. And I mean that honestly. He recounts these moments like a blog, which is like kind of what I want the beat writers to write all of their stuff like. I want it to just be a first-person account. I went here, and this person was there, and this person said this to me, and this person said that to me. I just want that because it's so vivid. And this idea that they finished the game, the 17-1 game. They come back to the hotel and are met with this three-headed triumvirate of Sam Kennedy and the other 2 fuckers, Craig Breslow and John Henry, who are there just to let them know, hey, you're all out of here. We have a van coming to pick you up. We have a private plane chartered for you. We are all here in Baltimore, which we were not planning to do. And you should know that we planned this morning. We want you to know that this morning we decided to fire 7 members of our staff. And this morning we chartered a private plane for you and for us and the van. We did all that today, which is maybe of all of this the hardest part to believe. I don't know why that bothers me so much that Sam insisted on saying that during the press conference. No, you fucking didn't. No, you fucking didn't. You planned this today? I don't even think that's possible to charter 2 private planes in the same day. And who knows, like if they even went back that night? I don't think that's literally fucking possible. So that bothered me a lot. It's just one of those details. Like you don't need to lie about it. Like why are we being so pedantic about shit that doesn't fucking matter? Just tell us what the fuck happened. Tell us whose fucking idea it was, and look me in the eye and tell me that you actually fucking think that the team is going to be better after today. Which there are reports that is what they fucking believe. That they do think that this team is savable and that this isn't punting on the rest of the season, which is insane. Insane. Yeah. To think this is anything other than punting on the fucking year is asinine. And continues this amazing streak that you have as an organization of bringing in leaders of one level or another into situations that are completely unrealistic. To bring in Heim Bloom and after 3 years be like, ugh, really didn't work. To bring in Alex Cora and after 3-4 years of whatever this iteration of the fucking Red Sox is and go, ugh, didn't work. Get out of here. Are you saying that you're bringing in Chad Tracy to go, hey, man, make this team the ALCS contender that they were supposed to be? We're after a pennant this year. They're 10-17. Get on out there. Like, is that what you're saying?
I think from their perspective, it just came down to like, hey, this needs an immediate change and a shakeup, and it doesn't even need to be necessarily better on paper. It just needs to be different. Which, I mean, I don't know. I tried to like think of some positives because obviously it's a tough situation. The negatives are outlined for you. Us coming on and just saying a bunch of stuff that is just obvious isn't, the most helpful in my opinion. I do think obviously, like I will say, clearly this is a situation, like you said, self-preservation. Breslow points to Cora, says he's the reason the roster doesn't fit together. Doesn't make any sense. Good for him, I guess, for wheeling and dealing his way internally to be able to kind of out-lever Cora when that was not the public perception. The only thing I could think of is Cora was elite with matchups. He was great with player communication. The players loved him. The organization loved him. Everyone just seemed to really like the guy, and he was great at his job. But I will say it's obvious he didn't get the most out of this team. Again, doesn't fit perfectly. Doesn't fit perfectly. I don't think it's his fault. I've been adamant that like the matchups and stuff is what you need out of a coach or manager, and that the lineup construction, like that's all the manager. The like actual player development part doesn't really, to me, come down to the coaching as much as people would think in this sport specifically. But he clearly couldn't get the most out of this roster right now. Again, it's been 28 games or whatever. That's not his. I mean, I prefer a little bit of time here. He consistently hasn't improved upon areas of the team that have been flaws for a while. Like the defense never got better. Like again, all of this you could say about Breslow. Like you could say all of this about the construction, but guys that you just need to not lead the league in errors every year, and that maybe that's part of it. The other part that was kind of crazy is like the Red Sox just didn't use ABS, and to me that's a core thing. Again, we're talking about ABS this quickly. Clearly, you know where I feel about the move, but there are little things like that. And then, as everyone's talked about, you got a developmental coach, you got a AAA coach. Maybe it'll be better for guys like Meyer and Roman Anthony and the young guys, Conderly early, Peyton Tolley. I don't know. I don't know if I even believe that. I think I
just hate this idea that like they're still learning. Like like you can learn from your peers, like going to story camp and whatever. Like I think Marcelo Meyer. Could
have learned some Bregman.
Could and has benefited from going to story camp, but like, don't fucking tell me that Alex Cora needs to sit Don Rafaela down and tell him how to play defense. Like, there's no way that's where we're at. They talk about like the fundamentals not being like integrated into these guys. That's not what their job is. At a certain point, you're not teaching the game of baseball anymore. You're preparing these guys day in and day out, but fumbling the fucking baseball is not the manager's fault. And I mean, in the presser, when Craig was like, basically said like, yeah, like the roster isn't up to par and that's on me. Like you're on the same page then. You're hearing
you should leave.
Yeah. And he said in there too, like, hey, well, like, at the end of the day, it's on me. Yup. We all agree with that, dude. So firing everybody else, everybody associated with Alex Cora is so fucking insane to me. And like you said, like within the organization, like across baseball, all that stuff was less than a year and a half into a 3-year extension. His voice was heard in the front office in terms of, in the off season, basically the front office decisions. When they were looking for a new chief baseball officer, was asked directly, like, did they talk to you about ascending there? And he's like, I'm not sure I want that. Like, they talked to me about it. I'm not sure I want to do it. He was in a position where he was considered for the GM role. And now a year later, he's fucking gone.
I always thought that he was going to be the next Brad Stevens. I literally talked about this like a week ago off air. I always thought he was going to be the guy that not got fired, but just got bored of coaching, because he's spoken at length about I don't think I want to be a manager for the next 2 decades. I thought for sure he was going to end up going up the ladder, be the next chief baseball officer when he wanted to be. And then I wouldn't be surprised if, like Brad Stevens, you go, wow, he was a fantastic manager. He's an even better GM somehow. Like that is, and I wouldn't be surprised if Cora ends up doing that with someone else, because I think he would be fantastic at it. There is, we don't know the exact details of his involvement behind the scenes, but I certainly, just from, listening to him talk all year, I don't know that I think he would have preferred to have Alex Bregman back. I don't think that was his call to let that go. I don't know that, Durbin would have been his ideal pick to play third. And, I certainly, I'd like to see what he would have done with the team. That's for sure. And I thought we were going to get to see that someday. And that's
100%.
Certainly not going to happen.
Everything pointed towards that, dude. Like everything pointed towards that. The way that they acted about Cora, the way they talked about Cora, all pointed towards the fact that he was going to be here for a long time. Like,
because he was like a manager
anybody
plus.
said, anytime anybody said, "Oh, fire Cora," they gotta fire Cora. It was radio collar bullshit. It's uncle around the Thanksgiving table bullshit, and you have to nod your head and politely go, "Yeah, I don't think they're gonna do that, Uncle Mike." But hey, you never know, I guess. But no, I mean, they really like Cora. They put a lot of faith in him. And it's like you have to talk gentle to these people and be like, what you want to say is like, hey, moron, they're not going to fucking fire Alex Cora. They did.
Dude, Rosenthal, like a few days ago, was talking about how I can't envision Cora should be good, but Breslow, it could be time again pretty soon. It was such an afterthought that this could happen. The fact that Breslow somehow manipulated his way into a situation where he kind of won that head-to-head battle of who has the favor of ownership is genuinely shocking based on how generally stupid he is. Like if he's so good, if he can do that, weasel his way up the organization and pull those levers, why can't he sign a fucking free agent? The guys that want to be here, by the way, most of them. Half of the guys he's missed out on have been like, Fenway Park's my favorite park. I love the Red Sox.
I mean, dude, it's what's prevailing to me in all of this is like the Red Sox are so goddamn far from likable, enjoyable, and in a couple of senses too. Like I was trying to put myself on the outside last night and think about like a Red Sox fan and be like, would I ever in the past, call it the 2020s, this decade, would I have ever looked at a Red Sox fan and been jealous at any point? And like, there's a week in October where it would have been like, oh, they're having fun at Fenway Park in October of 2021. End of list. I would never. I mean, there. I'm sure that listen. There's a few teams that listen. Like, I would rather be a Red Sox fan than a Rockies fan. The future is brighter here than it is in Colorado, Miami. But then you get to live in Miami, so it's actually kind of a toss up there. But I was like, dude, like, would I ever look at the Boston Red Sox fans and say, like, oh, I wish I was part of that? No fucking way. No way. Like, there's just nothing that makes me would make anybody want to be a part of this. And like now, dude, like just looking at that picture of Breslow, Kennedy, and John Henry, and like really realizing that at the very, very core of what this thing is, at the epicenter nucleus of this thermonuclear reactor we call the Boston Red Sox, those are the three fucking protons. I don't know why I'm going chemistry here. Those are the three fucking dudes. That is the Red Sox, like everything else around them orbits them. And I was
Such a
looking
hated
at
big
them.
three.
Yeah, I was looking at them like, do I want to root for these fucking guys? These dudes? Like, looking at John Henry's fucking pants for some reason pissed me off. I was like, you fucking wearing joggers. You're wearing Lululemon joggers, you 80-year-old billionaire fuck. I was just, like, those are the guys. And Craig weaseling his way in there, getting rid of the AC we've really harped on here. But we haven't mentioned by name, other than at the beginning of this when we went through the laundry list of human lives that have been affected here by Craig Breslow, is Jason Varitek, who I've had the same take on Tech for, I don't know how long here, but when we talk about, Tech becoming a manager, my take has always been like, let his legacy be his legacy. Like he's been good. Like look at what Cam Neely has done to his legacy in Boston by going and being the GM of the Bruins. Like his numbers in the rafters. I've said this, Jamie's brother is named after Cam Neely. And now that's an insane thing to think about. If you to name your kid, I mean, after Cam Neely now is like Child Protective Services.
Yeah, just let it be what it was with Tech.
Let Tech be Tech, and on top of that, the second layer of like don't like put him in a position where anybody could ever be mad at him is let him do whatever he wants to do here. Let him do whatever he wants to do, within reason. But like, he has a job. Let him be here. There is absolutely no reason. I understand at its core getting rid of the manager. I do. Do I think that this was a time where you get rid of the manager? No. But at the core, I understand the sentiment of this team needs a new leader. I understand this team needs a new hitting coach. I understand a new bench coach. And Kyle Hudson is sure. The other two
he
guys.
Was good
God
at
bless.
third though. The thing about Kyle Hudson is like his main role to me is you got to send him, and we don't talk about that,
but like
which is a good thing.
But we knew Kyle Hudson as well as we did because we had our third base coach doing post-game press conferences, like doing media scrums, because the big story of multiple games was what the hell is Kyle Hudson doing in third? It's like it's insane that there were multiple games where it was like, remember the whole like he didn't send Nate Eaton?
Yes,
last year. It's like shit like that, where like it should just never be a frontline story. You should never be that noticed as a third base coach. But Jason Varitek's role in this team as a game planning and run prevention coach, that's a guy you got to get rid of. You got to get rid of Jason Varitek. I wish to God somebody during Craig's presser, they were like, why Tech? Tell us why.
Joey, they didn't fire him. Remember that.
Right.
Everyone else got fired. He got reassigned to something he would never accept.
He got reassigned to unemployment.
What a spin zone. Yeah, well, it's like if they say, hey, you're going to be the janitor now, and he chooses to leave, it's like, well, you wanted him here. And they can keep saying that. And that's totally what they did. Where I thought you were going with this is I am so sick of the Red Sox making a notable move where the entire guys like Jeff Passan and Nightingale and every report is literally just like, wow, that is a shock. Like not in like oh wow, I didn't think they would have the ball. Like no, that's dumb. That's them saying, wow, this is stupid. And like we've had so many moments where it's like the Red Sox think they're going to be better without their best player. And then, again, the Red Sox think they're going to be better without their best player. And they did that about 4 times. And then now it's like the immediate reaction is like, well, wow, they got rid of arguably the best manager in the league. And right away now it's already, where could he be a fit? Well, he could do whatever he wants. Everyone's just like, yeah, Cora, I mean, he'll tell the league what he wants to do because everyone would take him. And, if he wants to be the Phillies manager, he could do that. If he wanted to go front office or media or whatever, like, he'd have opportunities to do that, and he could probably pick his location. Like, that's not what you want to hear about a guy that gets fired where you go, wow, that guy, immediately every other, team is like, wow, that guy is now on the table. Like, that was his perception immediately.
There's a very real possibility that a team fires their manager to make room for Alex Cora.
Yeah.
100%.
If he even wants to do it. Yeah. But it'll be up to him, which is like, that's the thing that's crazy. Like, if I'm Cora, I'm pushing to be the Yankees manager or something. Like, and not that go. But yeah,
can you imagine?
I don't know. That it's not impossible at all.
I'm tired of Jeff Passan and Kent Rosenthal and all those guys putting out like a what the hell are the Red Sox doing kind of. It
happens like legitimately like twice a year, and that's not like that doesn't sound like that much. Like, I'm talking twice a year of like, wow, this is the dumbest move I can think of, since the last time the Red Sox decided to do something big.
And they try to frame it as like, well, who knows what could be going on over there in Boston. But like now it's reached a level where it's like, oh, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They have no fucking clue. And the bozos, excuse my language,
Jesus,
bozos at the top are getting swindled by Craig goddamn Breslow. Imagine getting swindled by Craig Breslow, the smooth-talking, smooth criminal known as Craig Breslow. That guy swindled you into getting rid of Alex Cora, bro? Alex Cora, Jason Varitek, a guy whose number should be retired, and you just kicked him out of here? Like, that, it is so... It's disrespectful, dude, and they have no fucking clue what they're doing, and everybody is right to do that. Buster Olney, God, what did Buster Olney say earlier? That like my eyes kind of widened out. I was like, what was it? He was replying to, I want to say it was Bob. Yeah. Bob tweeted Chad Tracy's first Red Sox lineup card. And Buster replied, asterisk, Craig Breslow's first lineup card. Which we actually kind of learned after this fact was like kind of true.
It's true. That's actually true, yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of true. I think he said that like Breslow gave him a lineup and then he altered it.
He said like he had a lineup in his head, but they just like gave him a line. Like they basically were like, "We'll handle it today," and then you figure it out.
Which
I don't know.
Do you need to? Did you need to do the one? Yeah, I don't know. I just really wanted to point out how disappointing the whole Jason Varitek thing is, and how fucking pissed he should be. He should be absolutely pissed. But getting into Chad Tracy, dude, the all the talk about the clubhouse meeting or what have you, whatever you want to call it, today, where Craig Breslow and Chad Tracy went in there. That was stunning to me. Because like you're getting guys who do not talking shit. Because if you were to ask me like a draft of the guys who don't talk shit, it would be Trevor Story, Garrett Whitlock, Connolly Early. Those would
Garrett
probably
Whitlock.
be legitimately the top 3 guys.
Garrett Whitlock is crazy.
Garrett Whitlock is such a good old boy, dude. I could picture him saying, like, Grandma always said, if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. So I'll just keep my mouth shut. That's maybe the meanest thing I could picture him saying, or the most upset thing I could picture him saying, except for today when he said, nope, they made it clear. Our job is baseball. So go out there and shut up and dribble, which is fucking insane. He also went on to say that, he said Breslow talked for 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Chad Tracy introduced himself for 2 or 3 minutes. No questions.
The story said, I need to talk to him today. Clear the air. Because he was pissed. And all the players are playing like maybe it'll work. Maybe they'll hate, the front office so much, but they'll just like start playing for like AC like he's dead. That's genuinely how they acted today. Was they were like, we're playing for AC now. It's like it's such an interesting dynamic. But the only thing I can say is that maybe it'll provide a spark. Not because it's good, but it's like the whole like when Devers got traded thing. It's like it was such a switch up. There was like technically I think they had more wins after. I don't know. Again, it sucks.
The thing. I have been a guy who, with Trevor Story, there was this person, a Red Sox media person, not a media person, a fucking dude, who said like something to the effect of like, don't care that Trevor Story is upset about this. And what an asinine thing to say, because like it or not, Trevor Story is your leader. Like I understand that you would probably prefer it be a guy whose caliber matches the Boston Red Sox wallet, that it should be.
You want to be better at baseball.
Yeah, you'd like to be better, but unfortunately, Trevor Story is the fucking guy that's here. So, like, he is your leader. And to the young kids who are in there, Trevor Story is the veteran. So if he is pissed, it does affect everyone around him. So what a fucking stupid thing to say. A. B. Something else. Another second point that I can't think of. I can't remember right now because I just got myself so worked up about the first thing.
His views, he's speaking for the team. Like, not that they're not his views, but you'd be damn sure that he's not the only one that feels this way, You know
who's not speaking for the fucking team is Jaron goddamn Duran, who ushers the fucking media away with the back of his hand today, shoos them away like flies, and lets the 21-year-old take the mic instead. If we're just like going red wedding here and just like letting everything fly here, like why not? I'll put my foot on the brakes a little bit. Jaron Duran, not who we're talking about here at all. Grow the fuck up. How immature are you, bro? What the fuck? Oh my God, is it so hard to root for him, dude? Oh God, dude, so fucking upsetting. And like this one really pissed me off too, because it's like, dude, you're a grown up. You're a grown up. You're the longest tenured position player here. Do something. Talk. You can't be hiding behind. I don't want. To leave it to the kids. Connolly Early got in front of a microphone. He's been here for 11 seconds. Like, fucking step up. Do something, dude. It's so off-putting, man. I hate that shit so much.
You hate Jaron at this point.
I am so anti-Jaron Duran now, and that's never where I thought I would be. But whatever. It doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter at all. I'm pissed. I'm pissed about how everybody has handled this. I think it made me like Trevor Story more. I think.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, not that like I already liked him a lot. Like as a like leader, I was very pro Story, but definitely, I always respect players that will openly be like, yeah, like this guy's my boss, but like I don't give a shit. This is how I feel. You got
Pissing me
anything
off.
else on this?
I've got a lot. This answers why John Henry was here so
Yeah,
much.
that was interesting. That was a theory that I didn't believe in. So I was definitely wrong on that one.
We had talked about it, dude. Like we had
thought
talked
that
about
was. I don't know. I didn't, but also like, were we wrong? Because or me, I don't remember your take, but it was clearly Breslow's goal apparently. So I don't know. Was that just a coincidence? Who knows?
I think something came up where they were like, we have to do something drastic. And I think that's when John gets involved. It's when there's big decisions like that. So I think, yeah, he was there floating around for exactly that reason. And I think, honestly, dude, I think Cora like saw the writing on the wall. I think the way they did it and the time they did it is fucking very dumb. Why let them go to Baltimore? Why let them go to Baltimore? Or why not let them finish the third game in Baltimore?
Yeah, I was gonna say the timing on this was so weird. Like to not wait till like in baseball, you can wait for like a homestand stuff like that. The part of the reason I feel that way is because Cora would be the better manager. So the longer you wait on this, the better decision. Like normally, if you have someone you need to fire, that does need to happen quickly. But in this case, it's like you're actually gonna get worse when you fire them. So
Yeah.
you can wait till a homestand or a better time to do that. Like I don't know what's so
Or 2
urgent
years from
about
now.
this decision. Yeah, or give it to the end of the year because actually that would be much better because he's the best manager you could have available to you. But yeah, they just I don't know. I guess Cora. I mean Breslow. He was able to hit reset by himself. It's like getting a first round quarterback. You kind of reset the clock on yourself because you go, oh, I got to wait for this guy to develop. Now it's like we got a new manager here, and it's like, all right, hey, we're 1-0 in the new era.
Craig reset his clock big time, and not just that like there's a new manager to let acclimate, but just that he's in now. He's a made man now. That's more what it feels like. Dude, is that like he can do whatever now.
Also, like, are we going to get? Say he's not. He has another bad year. They decide, are we going to get another like Sam Kennedy? Like, we appreciate what Breslow has done, but we felt like we need a new direction, and now we're real excited about this. Like, I'm so sick. We've reset directions 1,000 times, and it's so weird because it hasn't been. It's been a mediocre franchise, but it hasn't been like the Marlins. Like they're not the Rockies. Like there would have just been better sticking to one straight. Like if Dombrowski was just here this whole time, like that arguably might have been just like the route. Like why do we have to like every 3 years have to just completely reset course? And then when we have a bad 27 game start or whatever, we got to fire one of the best managers in baseball. Like just sit back a little bit. Like stop trying to do too much. Be a little less active in the season and maybe be a little more active in the off season.
27 games. It is April, dude. It is still technically when this happened, marathon week. Imagine that in our bold predictions for the year. I predict Alex Cora, Jason Varitek, Pete Fatse, Ramon Vazquez, Kyle Hudson, Joe Cronin, and Dillon Lawson are going to be fired during marathon week.
I would have assumed like if that had been your take, I would have been like they would have to be like 3 and like 25. Like actually like 11 and 17 stinks, but I don't know that would have if you told me they start 11-17, I'd be like, okay, wait, so the guy that they have like total complete belief in has been here for years and has had all this confidence, has a snide, and then he's fired. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Obviously, that's stupid.
And dude, what really sucks here, the scary thing about all of this is the amount of faith that it represents that they're putting into Craig Breslow. Because like now we're going to be subjected to the Breslow Sox, whatever that means.
Yeah.
We are going to get a full dose of Craig Breslow shoved down our throats, and nobody wants that. But that's what's going to happen, unfortunately.
It's also infuriating because now, like, I didn't even really think about this. But they're talking about, like, this always bothers me with the whole, like, grass is greener argument. Because for those people that are like, yeah, Cora needed to go, it just wasn't working, whatever. Cotillo's starting to put some names together, and he started with Rocco Baldelli, who couldn't get the Twins to do anything. It's like, that's really you that's your preference. Like, we're gonna talk about Rocco Baldelli right now, and that's like all of a sudden, like, if you had to pick. Let me ask you something. When you go into the coaching carousel that's about to open up here in the offseason, let's say Cora doesn't do anything the rest of the year, and they put up the names of people that are in free agency in the coaching cycle, who's the top name by a billion? Like, it's Cora, and then I don't even care who else it is. There's going to be no one even close. Like, there's going to be when they give out the contracts for the next carousel of management, it's going to be like, yeah, Cora got $30 million or $20 million, and the next person got $6 million. Like, he's so far and away the top free agent coach, if you will, right now.
Scott, they don't know. They don't even have an idea whether or not Chad Tracy's going to finish the year. They have no plan going forward.
No, it was just,
and they said
fire.
That. Like, they were asked directly, like, so are you going to be looking for a manager during the season or after or what? And he was like, maybe. Like, maybe we find the guy tomorrow, or maybe Chad finishes out the year. Who knows? Heck, maybe Chad's the guy and he sticks around. It's like, you don't have any.
That's how you know it's just like a move to reset, to scapegoat, to whatever. It's just like, we just gotta like point it at Cora, and then we'll figure out what to do next.
I love the way Cora's handling it, posting the Mookie video. Yeah. Texting everybody, I'm happy.
He's like an ex that's just like posting stories about going out. Like,
yeah,
he's just like, I'm fine. I'm not even mad. I'm happy this happened. Which I'm sure there's part of him that's like,
dude,
that was a dumpster fire, and I get a reset. And I don't hate that at all. I'm gonna now get paid to hang out.
100%.
And make his next move, which I'm very excited to see, because like that dinner that they had in the North End, like, there was at least talk of like, hey, it could be something like the Phillies are already talking to me. I could be like, hey, I've always had this in the back of my head. I've always wanted to become, the next GM of, a big market team, and hey, if I did that, by the way, Tech, you'd be the manager, and I'd have you do this, and I'd have you do that, and you'd be my assistant, GM, Ramon. And like, I'm sure he's like, all right, hey, now, because normally when you get fired, this isn't the case. The world is his oyster, as I mentioned before. So now it's like, hey, like, we're back, resetting. What do we want to do with the rest of our lives? Like, we can do whatever we want within baseball if we want.
He's absolutely 100% right the way that he's handling it.
Yeah.
Because like, he's going to be fine. When he emailed everybody and he said the Coras will be fine.
Yeah.
Dude, that email has the potential to go triple platinum. If he goes and, takes the Phillies to a World Series or whatever, it's all on the table, but the Coras will be fine. Yeah, something tells me that they will. This is awful, man. This is awful. It's terrible. It doesn't make the team better. Chad Tracy, unfortunate. circumstances that you came here under. Seems cool. Seems like a cool
Yeah.
guy.
I like him.
Everybody-
He's gonna have him running. He seems to be, like what you're about to say. He definitely, people like him. Like they poured beer all over him for his first win. That had to be a bittersweet situation for a guy like
500th
Story
win.
who has to separate. Huh?
His 500th win.
Chad Tracy's?
Chad Tracy's
Counting the
500th
minors?
professional
Okay.
baseball managerial win.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's got one win. I don't give much thought to his AAA tenure. But yeah, he does seem to be very well liked, and it sucks for him because, man, he just became the manager of the Boston Red Sox, and it's like that no one's even talking about. Like, it's just like what a shadow he has to have behind him. The Cora is going to have over him. The one thing that I thought I took away from this too, watching the game, and I'm thinking about how deep Early is into the game, and it made me realize like we don't know anything again about this team. We don't know what the lineup's going to look like. The lineup could be crazy different tomorrow because this is going to be the first time where Tracy gets to do it. I hope he doesn't I don't know if he's going to go in guns blazing and shake everything up, or if he's going to kind of gradually go about it. But I was like, man, we don't know how he's going to handle pitching changes. We don't know if he's going to what platoons he likes versus what they've been doing, or how much, Cora was the biggest matchup guy in the world. Is he going to be like that? It was interesting watching this team and being in ABS, stuff like that. We have no idea how they're going to function now. Go ahead.
They also the team is constructed in a way. No, it wasn't constructed this way on purpose with Alex Cora in mind, but it's constructed for a manager who platoons guys.
Yeah,
that's how it was built. So, is that going to happen? Because he's inheriting a team where he has 7 outfielders, and my God, man.
What a tough situation to navigate. It's one of the worst built rosters probably in my life in terms of not talent, but just fitting the pieces together, which is obviously his job. Are you off
the it's a good thing train yet?
I still don't think DFAing a Yoshida is going to do anything. My bigger take is you didn't if you can trade Duran for Paredes,
because you don't play him every day.
Well, yeah, and he's not. His value has never been lower. My take has always been my take has always been on this. Just go sign a Bregman. We don't have to lose a Duran to get a star third baseman. I'm sick of the construction for sure. So I guess I'm in a way I'm off the take, but I still don't believe that you're going to get better by getting a worse roster. I still don't believe you should be DFAing Yoshida to bring up Nick Sogard, and that's going to somehow improve the team.
I just think you need regular playing time for these guys.
I agree with that, but I think that the bigger problem I have is you don't try and get them all to play. You just pick one to just not play for 3 weeks. And he's only there if, Anthony Ertz is back.
Is Roman Anthony going to be the DH of this team long term?
No.
Oh, one thing about Chad Tracy, he had them running, like you said. But that's the Johnny Gomes thing that we mentioned last episode. It's that's kind of what this team needs to do is take advantage of every time they're on base. And if they get thrown out on the base paths, they have to be aggressive.
The only thing I'm excited about is that and actually using the ABS, because that's been driving me nuts. It's it's every other team has this crazy advantage where they get to tell the overturn that one, and we just can't. If they miss a call, the Orioles can go, hey, actually that was wrong, and they go, you're right, that was my fault, and the Red Sox go, shit, they got that wrong.
Damn it! I hate that everybody else gets to challenge it and we don't.
They see one go, call for a strike that's 4 feet below the zone, and they start arguing instead of going like this. It's the most insane thing I've ever seen. So I'm hoping that a new manager will say, because I've never understood why we just are. I don't know what we're saving these things for an 18 inning game. Like, I don't know what moments the Red Sox are waiting for. They're also terrible at it, so that's not going to change. But yeah, that'll be interesting to follow. Things like that'll be interesting. When will Tracy pull a guy? Is he going to be more on the aggressive side? Is he going to start letting people throw 108 pitches in a game? How is he going to handle those situations? What's he going to do with the bullpen? Like that, it is interesting that it's not that I think they really need optimization in that at all. I actually hope that kind of stays the same. But it's interesting layer now that we're watching the games. It's not so much that I'm looking for a change or an improvement. It's more just now when we go into a game, we don't know the trends, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Do we go to the pitching preview? What do we do here?
No, there isn't a pitching preview. I mean, I guess we can do a pitching preview.
I mean, obviously, I know you didn't write one up.
It sucks because I'll tell you this. The Red Sox are seeing Dillon Cease, Trey Savage, and Max Scherzer. Max Scherzer is Max Scherzer now. But
well put.
Yeah. So it's Ranger Suarez versus Dillon Cease, Peyton Tolley versus Trey Savage, which is actually has the potential to be good, and Brian Bayo versus Max Scherzer in a classic 3 p.m. battle of the 9+ ERA dudes.
That one's crazy. Bayo 1-3, 9 ERA. Scherzer 1-3, 9.64 ERA. Why didn't he retire when he had respect?
He just can't let go of it, man. And I think everyone's too afraid to tell him no. I think he told the Blue Jays, "You're going to give me one more year," and he said, and they said,
"Do you want to take a stab at his whip
this year?"
1.72, 1.61. He's all right. He's pitched 18 2/3. How many Ks?
10.
Yes.
Bang.
One away from his 35th or 3,500 strikeout.
Oh, Aroldis Chapman is like something like 20 strikeouts away from the record. So,
what? Like a closer record? Can't be. I mean, it can't be the most strikeouts. He's a closer.
As a reliever, yeah.
I don't know. You brought the stat to my attention, and then I asked a question, and you didn't know the answer.
Just among relievers.
Okay.
He is 22 shy.
He'll get that.
He will.
Well, Dillon Cease is really good. 2.10 ERA.
Dillon Cease is good. What was dude, when the Red Sox were looking at signing him, and by that I just mean when he was a free agent so that the fans all went, we could get Dillon Cease. What was the pushback? Why were people saying no to Dillon Cease?
Because he's a lot better in theory than he is at baseball.
But his numbers say he is good at baseball.
No, he's good, but last year he had a 4.55 ERA, which is not good.
ERA sucks.
You think ERA sucks?
Bad stat.
I think it's by far the best stat. What do you mean?
Yeah, dude. You would think that because you're normie.
Oh wow, he has a career 3.84 ERA. That's why people were like, you're gonna have to pay him money like he's Crochet for him to be worse than Giolito and Bayo last year.
You should look at his.
He's been 11% better than league average this year. Yeah. No, his Savant always looks great.
It doesn't always look great, actually, as I'm looking at it. I thought it would, but there are a couple of years in here where it's shockingly bad and then shockingly good.
He walks a lot of people. He leads the league in walks most years. Twice, but still, that's dramatic. He always has really good FIPs, and then like last year he had a 3.56 FIP, but it's like he never delivers on those totals. So it's like, who really cares? It's like the reverse. He's basically the reverse of Michael Wacha, where the analytics tell you he should be winning a Cy Young, but year over year he just doesn't take that step. And Wacha was the reverse, where it was like the analytics say he's about to crumble, and it's like he posts a 3.5 ERA every single year. Less than that, actually.
They won this series. Isn't that insane?
Yeah, I know. It was without all the, madness. We would have, if had the core stuff not happened, we would have been like, okay, like step in the right direction, long way to go. But like, this is what we like to see. Positive episode.
Yeah. You know what's crazy is like Pete Fatse gets canned.
Mm-hmm.
We probably come on here with a positive disposition. Like, hey, they're doing something. They cared enough to make a change.
They did the kick. And now it's, now people know hey, it's go time.
Yeah.
I say we go no closing or no music and just I don't know if you have anything else.
No.
Oh, do we want to predict the series, I guess?
I don't know.
Yeah, we don't even know who the
how about
manager
this?
does. Like, we don't even know how he operates.
I'll say this. I think we get another good Tolley start. Then go back-to-back good Tolley starts.
I like that a lot.
I'm going to say eight Ks for Tolley.
I thought you were going to say 8 innings.
No.
I think right now, Suarez cease. I have Suarez to me is like our most reliable guy, like week in, week out, which is not saying a ton. That second matchup's going to be fun. 2 young studs, and quite the opposite in game 3.
2 hot young studs.
Yep, as you would say.
Yeah.
And then I think game 3 will be high scoring, and I think that might be the most fun game of the series. Game 3.
That is going to be a slugfest. Daytime Bayo and a million-year-old Max Scherzer.
Yeah. That's going to be awesome. So I don't know. Yeah. I'm not even going to – that's my take on the series. Who cares if they win or lose? Genuinely, who cares?
Who cares? You know what is going to piss me off is that there's just a good-sized chance that they are better from here on out. That's going to bother me.
They statistically couldn't be worse, but that doesn't mean that it was because of the move. Like, they started – you have to beat a 3 – like, if you have a 400 win percentage, you're going to be the better team post-Cora firing. That sucks. I've been thinking about that as well.
It's just like the Devers stuff.
Yeah.
That like when they traded Devers, we sat around going like, dude, watch, like they're gonna go on some win streak. They're gonna actually win more games than they would have otherwise, and Craig's gonna be looked at as right, even though he got rid of their best player. Kind of what happened.
I liked your tweet.
My tweet?
I didn't actually physically like it now that I'm thinking about it.
What did I say?
How does Cars for Kids possibly have this marketing budget?
No clue.
What is Cars for Kids? I've seen the ad a million times.
It's a tax.
But in principle,
it's tax evasion. It's a tax write-off. Like you donate your car to get like a tax thing. It's an old, like you donate an old piece of shit car for parts, and then like you get the tax benefits of having donated a car.
And who gets these cars?
The kids.
Kids can't drive, though. You know what I'm saying? In the commercials, correct me
I
if
didn't
I'm
say the
wrong,
kids drive them. I said the kids get them.
because the kids in the Cars for Kids commercials are like 6, correct? Like, aren't they
Yeah.
always significantly under learner's permit territory?
Yeah, they're kids.
I I don't know why I've never thought of this.
I don't know what hit me today. It was just like the multitude of ads. It's like, dude, how do they have the money to just be pumping this out?
Oh, okay. They don't. I thought you were maybe that they were doing something with the cars. They're seemingly selling the car parts and then funding youth programs and educational programs, including
But how do
summer
they
camps
have
and
the
tuition
money
assistance.
to do all these fucking ads then?
Apparently,
Because
vehicle
they're not even.
donations. I
Because
don't know
they're not even.
anyone that knows someone that's ever done that.
No,
I
and like
can confidently say, not only have I never met anyone that's done that, but I've never met anyone that knows someone that's done that.
how do they have so much money that they get these cars, sell these cars, fund these children's programs, pay their employees, and then have enough left over to be on the radio every 8 minutes? Like, there's just no way. No way. How is that possibly profitable for Frito-Lay?
That's right. Man.
Yeah.
Wow. In 2018, they did $65 million in revenue.
I think we're about to get an answer here. Somebody just tagged somebody in that tweet and said, "Would you like to help here?" I feel like we're about to get an answer.
Is it it's a Cars for Kids person?
Might be an employee, yeah.
I'm not seeing that. I just see Buddy.
Also Chad Tracy looks exactly like Craig Breslow. Are we sure it's not him?
Good question.
Yep. Something we have to throw out there. I guess we'll never know.
Well, I'm glad that now that AC is out, World Series back on because we got Chad Tracy, who I think will be fine. But
I think it'll be fine.
I also think the manager in baseball is the least important manager of the major sports. So there is that.
I don't know. Bad manager's a bad manager.
I'm just saying if they start hitting, then none of this will matter. It doesn't matter who's going out and taking the ball.
Oh, here's something. Closing thought. Sebastian, my little baby son, was getting in bed tonight, and he brought his Wally stuffy into bed because that's before bed, like he picks like which stuffed animals he wants to bring into bed with him, and he picked Wally, and he said, "I have to bring Wally to bed because he's sad because his friends are gone." And I was like, I should call Craig right fucking now. What a fucking what a devastating little thing you just said, dude. What a devastating thing your little brain just said to me.
So did you explain that to him?
He saw Daddy was freaking out. Daddy got to work. Daddy has to, yeah. And I said, Alex Cora's gone. They fired him, and they fired Tech because like he knows Tech, and he knows Cora. So he knows.
It's interesting. He's getting to a point of like consciousness, which is like, I know that's a dumb take, but like he really is starting to actually know. Like he's getting to the age where like he's gonna really know these things and follow the broadcasts and whatever. like he was. You sent me a video of him giving ideas for ITM podcast social strategy, and that one was kind of like a moment for me where I was like, "Oh, he's becoming like a real fully formed human being." I forgot that that's going to happen.
Yeah, no, he's got like thoughts and opinions and stuff.
Yeah, like that's crazy to me,
bro. He was fucking with me today because he sat down and watched the game with me, and he goes, "Oh, Baltimore is the Ducks." And I said, "No, it's the Orioles. You know that." And he goes, "That's a duck face." I said, "That's an Oriole, dude. It's a bird. It's an Oriole." And he goes, "That's a duck face. Like, that's an Oriole." And then like he kept coming in the room every 5 minutes and being like, "Daddy, I'm pretty sure that's a duck." And it was like he could tell it was that, and like it was. I started to do the thing where like I'm not hiding anymore that it's bothering me, and I'm like, buddy, it's an Oriole, okay? It's not a duck, right? They're not the Ducks. And he just he kept doing it.
Wow.
Yeah, no, he's
Sebby's first bit.
Yeah, he's all in. He was committed. Oh, you know what we should actually end on?
Yeah.
Is Alex Cora was the guest on the very first episode of ITM. I think I want to end with a clip from that. AC has always been great to me just as a person. I feel like I got to say this, which is weird to think because it has been a while since I've been at the park. It's been a while since I've been interacted with him in that way, but was always great to me as a dude. Tech as well, which is crazier to say. But always great to us. Loved having him on the one time we did. Wish we were able to get him on more. And a legend in both of them. Red Sox legends. I think that's all I got. Got anything else?
Nope.
All right. Well, follow us on the socials, all that. For Scott NEville, I'm Joey Copponi. Here's AC.
I want somebody to tell me I don't like it. I don't like it.
Have the players said anything? Anyone on the team?
Who would even be in position to say they don't like it? Let's be honest.
Christian likes it, but he says that I need to, get just for man, whatever that is. But I think that's the beauty of it, right? The intriguing part of it. Salt and pepper, whatever. Keep it there. Keep it interesting. So one thing for sure, I already took the pictures for the season. So even if I shave, when they show me in the scoreboard, it's going to be this look. So we got it down.
So now you're tied to it for the year.
Yes.
Vazquez seems like a guy who can kind of give it, who can kind of talk a little bit of that. I know Nooney used to be a guy who made you laugh a lot in the past. Who's the main guy on this roster that you'd say makes you laugh the most?
Bob?
Lavecchi,
yeah. He's my guy. He's my guy. Actually, the other day, I told him, I said, I don't want you to think that you're kind of like the clown of the team. I hate that. I don't want players to feel like they're here to be the funny guy. Like Kike, Raleigh Banana. Hey, no. You're a good baseball player. So the other day I was telling him, just make sure, hey, man, I love you. I just we clicked last year, and he's a cool cat. And, he gives us shit, to the coaching staff. We do the same thing to him. But, when he's behind the plate with Nate on the mound, he's really good. And at the plate, he was amazing last year. So I'll make sure, I think Kika told him too. Kika the other day, he's like, hey, man, he's not like that. Alex is very serious with the players and all that. So just take advantage of it. He likes you. He really likes you. So Plow is my guy.
That part matters a lot. Speaking of last year, obviously we want to talk the postseason run from 21. I'm curious what you learned the most about your team, because that last week, I mean, as fans, we're over here dying. It's like you guys are actually going through it with that Orioles series and everything. But then obviously wild card game, win that, Rays done, Astros was looking good and then fades off. What did you learn most about your club?
So people don't know this one. I'll throw it for you guys. It's the first episode, so nobody has it.
Oh, I like this.
We we lost that third game in Baltimore, right? And it was dress-up day right there. It's not rookie hazing anymore. It's dress-up day, right? So game is over. We lost to the Orioles. We look at the scoreboard, and I don't know. It seems like 7 teams were tied with us, you know. And it was very quiet in the clubhouse. And I knew it was dress-up day, and I knew they had, you know, a lot of cool stuff for the young players. And all of a sudden, I don't see, you know, any costumes. I don't see them, you know. And I'm like, what's going on here? And somebody came up to me. He's like, well, they don't want to do it because, you know, we're fighting for a spot and we didn't play well today. It doesn't look good. So I went to Chris. I went to Plow. I went to Christian. I said, if you guys don't do this, we're screwed. You know, like, you guys better do it because this is who we are. You know, like, we win, we lose. It doesn't matter. You know, we're still family. We still got to do the things that we have to do. So they dress up the young guys. They dress up some of the first-year trainers. Usually the players, I think last year they had 2 or 3 buses. They only asked for 1. So you had the whole team in 1 bus from Baltimore going to D.C., and that was it. You know, like I think they turned the page for how bad we played that week, right? We got swept by New York. We lost 2 out of 3 against Baltimore. We went to Washington, and it was a different vibe. And I do believe they found their identity. It wasn't late, right? Because, I mean, you saw them after that. They took off, and they did an amazing job. But it's a team that they for how cool they are and how awesome they are, they respect, you know, the environment. They respect their manager. They respect the coaches. And at that point, it was like, well, you know, like, I'm like, forget that, bro. Go for it. And it was going to be a long freaking bus ride from Baltimore to D.C. And for them, I heard it was amazing. And like I said, we swept the Nationals. We beat New York. We beat Tampa. And then we fell short against Houston.
So they were probably worried about, like, we didn't earn the costumes because we lost the series to the Orioles, right?
It was like it's gonna be out there and people are gonna talk shit about them, you know, like or that, you know, like they're very. It's not that they're conscious, because I always tell our group that one of the things, the beauty of playing in Boston is how passionate people are.
Yeah.
And when you're going good, they're gonna talk about you. When you're going bad, they're gonna talk about you. We are relevant, you know. I know some people feel the other way, but we are relevant, you know. And I tell them, you know, just keep it simple. Do not listen to the noise outside Fenway, because it gets loud. It gets very loud, and you know, and if they listen to everything they people say about the team, it's not healthy for them. It's not, you know. I know how it works, so I make sure I have the pulse of whatever is going on outside the walls of Fenway, just to make sure, you know, we're in the right spot and say the right things. But for them, it's kind of like cancel the noise, play. And I think that was the reason they didn't want to, you know, kind of like let the fans. Like, the fans probably would have taken it the other way, kind of like, they don't care, whatever. No.
Yeah.
We do care. We do care. And we do care about our fan base. We care about the organization. We care about the way we got about our business. And they're very professionals. So I think that was the only reason they were kind of like hesitant to do it.
Do you think, like, so from the fans' perspectives, we all have our superstitions and we think that stuff that we do actually impacts what the team's doing. Did you see the Rally Cup stuff during the postseason?
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
But that's that. What are your thoughts on that?
Are you asking AC to tell you that you helped?
No, I'm not. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, do you think that's bizarre that people actually thought the Reese's Cups were helping?
I mean, it's unreal, and that's why we we love our city. We love playing in Boston, and I do believe, with all due respect to other cities, we play in the best sports town in the nation. We do, and like right now, I'm like, man, I went to get some ice cream after the game, and I was walking by, and I saw TVs, the Heat against the Celtics tonight, right? I'm like, when I get home, I want to watch. Like, you get hooked on our sports, right? Like the Celtics and the Patriots, even though, like I said, I love the Ravens, Ray Lewis at Reed, but you know what? I like the Patriots, and I used to like the Lakers, and I like the Celtics, and I follow them. It's so great, what people do for us, and last year what you did, and obviously everybody that gets involved is crazy, man. Even here, even for Myers, today they were chanting for Bobby, like it's the 7th game of the World Series. Like, what's going on here? I mean, Bobby for real, but it's awesome. We love it. And I think it makes it that much better, the experience, what you guys do for us.
Absolutely. Yeah, go for it, Troy.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, I mean, it's a really passionate fan base. I think Boston's a great sports city. I'm not biased at all. I'm completely unbiased, coming into it completely neutral. I think Boston's the best sports city in the country. So if, at the beginning of 2021, let's say you don't get that nod from the Sox again. We were all kind of, expecting it to happen, but if it hadn't, do you see yourself maybe managing somewhere else, maybe staying in PR? What do you think your move would have been?
I think Bristol, Connecticut. Yeah,
that's what I thought.
That was actually my plan. I didn't, at the moment, going through the whole thing in 2020, talking to the family and kind of like planning ahead. It was kind of like, go back to Bristol. People will see you. You talk about everything, and then somebody will give you a chance in 2 or 3 years. But just happened that this group, they believe in me. They gave me a chance to talk to Chaim and try to convince him or try to convince the organization that I was the right guy for the job. And they gave me a chance, and I'm here because of that. There's no other. But it was gonna be Bristol, 100%. Go back to, I think, the Homewood Suite or whatever. Stay there for a few days and do the playoffs and all that. Which is not, it's great, but at the same time, I never thought it was going to happen this quick, to be honest with you.